Warning, this video contains high concentrations of Jeffy. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey there guys, it's Jeffy, bringing you some kill confirmed on Resistance. This is the goddamn Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. Closest kill confirmed I've ever had. It was really fun, I enjoyed it, it was a really close game. I, nutted myself at the end, so I thought you guys would enjoy it. And a few videos ago, well, one, not my last video, but the one before that, I talked about me and my current girlfriend and some of the crazy things she's into, and you guys seem to fucking explode over the sexual shit. I also got a lot of emails and questions about, Jeffy, how do you get girls? How do you pick up women? This is I'm sure you're probably a bunch of younger kids, in junior high school, and that's understandable. You're still trying to figure women out, and that's totally understandable. I'm going to try and tackle two things here. I'm going to try and tell maybe a little bit of a sex story, and talk about how to pick up women. So, one really great thing is the internet, actually. Because it sounds dumb, but if you're at a party with some friends, and you see a girl, you talk to her for half an hour, you really like her, it's oh, you're cool. And then the next day you realize you're a bit hungover, I'm oh man, I didn't get her number. If you remember her face, if you remember what she looked like, maybe even her name, and she was at a party in your area, go to Facebook, talk to some of your friends, see if they know anything. You can find them on Facebook and then hit them back up and be like, hey, I was at the party, remember, we're cool, and then you talk to them that way and then you can get hooked up. That works fairly well. It's also good for one night stand kind of things. I've had a few, I haven't had a lot, I've had maybe 5 one night stands in my entire life, and that's just where you fuck a girl and then you have no more contact. It's purely sexual, there's no relationship at all, it's just purely sexual. You both just want to fuck, that's it. So, those are somewhat interesting. I mean, the weirdest one I ever had was, it was this girl from MySpace. This is how long ago I was a fucking 17-year-old, and MySpace was still cool because, oh my god, it's MySpace, it's fucking amazing. But, I talked to her on there for a little while, we got to talk, and she gave me her number, I texted her for 20 minutes, then she said, okay, here's the story, I'm gonna tell you guys now, I attract crazy bitches, for some reason, I'm a magnet for chicks that are just fucking retarded crazy, super duper, what the fuck's wrong with you crazy? So I'm talking to this girl, and she sent me a few pictures, I looked at her a little bit, she was really sexy, fucking full-on double D's, big ass, she's a little curvy, but she isn't fat, she's just a little curvy, and it's, perfect. I love curvy fucking women. It's awesome. But I start texting her and she's like, oh yeah, I just moved down here from fucking Washington. I live out in Seattle. I have a kid that I give away for adoption. I just got out of juvie because I just got out of juvie for dealing drugs. I'm staying at this hotel, which the hotel was 5 miles on the freeway from my house. I knew the hotel, and I was just talking to her. I'm hey, I should come over, we can keep you company, fucking, we can talk a little bit. You don't know anyone in Utah, you're not staying with anyone here, you just want to get a fresh start because you lived here when you were a little kid. We should hook up sometime and talk. Went over to her hotel and just fucked the shit out of her. I mean, it's a hotel room, so we don't give a shit. We're not paying for it. I mean, it's a hotel. We went absolutely batshit crazy. It's weird. With a one-night stand, you can ask girls to do shit that you could never ask an actual girlfriend to do. How do you look at a girlfriend that you know and love, a girlfriend that you totally, you respect her and you want her to be happy and you love her? How do you look at her and go, honey, can you just, suck my balls, please? Just while you're giving me head, just suck on my balls a little bit, let me fuck you in the ass, let me just, that kind of shit. Anal, you can kind of talk some girls into that are kind of into it. But one-night stand chicks, they're usually fucking crazy, and you can just fuck the shit out of them and do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, God, and usually, the way I know a girl's safe, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, always use a condom. Jeffy does not follow this rule, but do not do as I do as I say. Condoms are great. They will save your life. They'll keep you from dying, they'll keep your dick from falling off, and they'll keep you from having babies. Condoms rule. That being said, I forget or do not have a condom some of the time. I've had a lot of unprotected sex in my life. That said, that is a really dumb mistake of mine. I've had a few pregnancy scares, which are fucking terrifying when you're a kid. Pregnancy scares are pretty much saying your life is now over. And I've never had an STD. I get tested every few weeks at a free clinic because, when you're sexually active, get tested, make sure you stay on top of that shit. But I thought I had gonorrhea once because my fucking burn when I took a piss. It was a wicked, horrible burn. It just felt like my dick was on fire. So I went to the for the clinic and they said, "Oh no, you have a urinary tract infection. Take this pill to get rid of it. You don't have any STDs." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." And the funny thing is, I actually thought I got it from the one night stand hotel room dick, which is why it kind of came up. But it was just the funniest fucking shit. I mean, like, she was just this crazy. Oh, she was a redhead too. She's redhead, double D's, curved body. She did everything, you guys. She would do anything. She was totally just. She was kind of a whore. I'm not gonna lie. She was fucking sexy, and I just fucked the shit out of her. She let me do everything. I don't want to get too graphic into this fucking shit, man, but like, she didn't care. She went ass to mouth. She fucking rode me for like half an hour, just like constant slamming, like no breaks. She wasn't like one of those like, I'm just gonna move my hips a little bit. No, she was full on like bouncing on the bed, going 6 inches in the air and slamming back down on my cock, and just repeatedly. It was, oh my gosh, she was a freak. Like, I feel like that is one of the few times I've had porn sex, like where you feel like you're in a porno. I felt as if I was in a porno and I was doing the shit you see in porn, you know, I'm just totally wild out, screaming, just banging her against the headboard while she's moaning, just fucking great sex. It was amazing. That being said, I kind of feel bad if there's anyone above, below, or to the side of us, because that bitch was a screamer. She was loud. I mean, Jesus, she just wailed like a banshee. One of the main things she loved, like every time, it was so great. Every time I smacked her ass as hard as I could, you could just feel her tighten up really quick. Ooh yeah, every time I smack her ass, she tighten up. It was just fan-fucking-tastic. Great sex, like one of the greatest sexual experiences of my life. Didn't wear a condom because it was on the fly. I would just texting her, see if I get like some pics or something, you know, just. And that's one thing I used to do. If a girl's not really into sex, like she isn't into sex that much, I'll just try and get pictures from her, which isn't that hard. As long as you can send her, like, as long as you don't have, like, a small dick or something, like, as long as you have a respectable cock you can send her, she'll be like, oh, that's cool, and send you a picture of her tits or something. But, so if you have a tiny penis, I'm sorry, I don't know many girls that if you send them a 3-inch flaccid dick are gonna be like, oh, you're so sexy, here's me topless. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I didn't wear a condom with a redhead, which was a big mistake. I should have, but you know what? I didn't get anything. I don't know if she got pregnant or not, actually, because that was a one-night stand. After that one time, I texted her, like, maybe 3 times the next day, just talking to her a little bit, and then we just never spoke again. We never fucking... That being said, 5 years from now, she could show up at my doorstep and be like, this is your kid. It could happen, but who knows. Anyway, one-night stands are crazy. Try and stay from them. But also, I didn't really cover how to pick up women. I'm just saying if you go to a party, you can meet them at Facebook. Really easy. Like, you can go back and look for them on Facebook, and that's a really easy way to connect to someone. But one of the main ways to pick up women, just stay confident. Be confident in who you are. That takes a little bit of time to learn. Not a lot of guys are just born absolutely confident. There are little things that nag at you. You feel insecure about certain things. You just gotta learn to overcome them and realize that no one's perfect. Everyone's human. Your small little disadvantages are nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone has them, and you can overcome them. You're no worse than anyone else, and any girl will be lucky to have you. You have that mentality, but you don't actually treat them like shit. Never treat them like shit unless they enjoy it. If you know the girl enjoys being treated like a slut, treat her like a slut. But if she doesn't, just be confident, and they will respond to that. Maybe next time I'll go a little bit more in depth on how to pick up women and some good tactics for it. If you're just looking for pussy, not a girlfriend, I can help you out a lot. Girlfriend's a little bit more complicated, so next time, guys, I'll talk to you about it next time. I am Jeffy the Great, dating Norwal of YouTube. Peace out.